Good morning. We are Oilia. How are you?
Ah, very good.
You're very good. It's a
Yes.
grand day, is it
It's
not?
a beautiful day.
How may we assist you?
This is a personal question. I have visited the crop circles
Yes.
and I have not solved the mystery.
Oh,
So I would love to have a little insight on who's up for that. Who's working there? You have something to do with that?
you think there's a mystery to solve?
Oh, it seems. But perhaps I just did.
Well, all right. Again, you have wonderful questions. There's many elements to these questions that we can speak to. So let us see, just one moment. What is the best way to talk about this? Because many are interested in the crop circles and in the analysis of the crop circles, and many go there to experience the energy of the crop circles and how the elements of nature are manipulated into certain designs
Yes.
as a way of sort of like a visual language.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the blind have their little they have their little bumps
Yes.
that they read by.
Uh-huh.
And so there are a lot of individuals on this planet that are not aware of who they really are. They are not aware enough to be able to discern the next step, to be able to discern what to connect with, to be able to discern the connection of each divine being with the whole. We just blew that one open.
Yes.
And that is not a judgment at all. It's not any different from if you have let's say a herd of sheep or something like that, all right, and you want these sheep to travel in a certain way. So you go out and you create paths for them to travel. Well, they just travel. They just follow the path. They don't think about it because there wasn't a path before that.
Okay.
You see? So humans that in the downfall, moving toward the ascension of the planet, we're like blind sheep, just sort of mulling around in the density.
Okay.
And very, 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 very few, for eons of time, were able to reach for something that was bigger. Those you call the masters and the angels and the saints and all that sort of thing. And and so having a path for the masses or those who would be attracted to it, a path to follow, an energy to follow, something to reach for, something that would attract their attention enough that they would look somewhere else, that they would contemplate something else, that they would go in another direction, would have to be big enough to do that for enough people and create enough stir, enough exposure, media exposure, enough in order to get the attention of those that would look. You see? So you take that, and you interject with that, or you sort of combine with that that each individual, divine being in human form, no matter what the consciousness, is a divine being in human form, has a greater part of their consciousness in another dimension. It's like being a divine being in this human form is like a teeny tiny part of the power and the consciousness of the being available or being able to express itself until certain parameters are established.
Okay.
So you, the divine being, which is much bigger, much more aware, much more conscious, and much more all of that the human experience separated from mostly at the downfall, that is still in place, is not stopped at all. And for many, we're going to go out on a little limb here a moment, for many that in the death process saw the light and went to the light, it was the returning of the little fragment of consciousness to the whole divine being. So each one of you here, having all of that, you have desires that build up inside of you. You have the urges. You have, in your own way, the quest for greater awareness, greater knowledge, greater consciousness, greater health, greater. You have the quest. That's just who you are. These crop circles started showing up when enough of you had a strong enough quest to reach the wholeness of life that you are, but you didn't call it that you brought forth from within yourself a system of visual language that would ignite or excite something in your body that is the memory of the connection with the divine being that you truly are. And the path was laid out of who you truly are by you, by the many of you that were questing and reaching for it. And the earth itself and all of the elements of the earth came forth to answer your quest, to show you a path, to give you a signal, to give you a language, to ignite the cells of your body, the memory of your connection with the complete divine being that you truly are.
Totally didn't expect that.
That's what we thought. Because most people think these are coming from something outside themselves.
Yes. It's much easier.
You are that which is outside yourself. How's that?
I'll have to sit with that for a little while.
All right.
Oh,
that's a big jump, and it's going to be a big jump for a lot of people. Because the belief that there's something outside yourself that is greater is so entrenched in the consciousness of the masses of the planet. You see, so moving to the knowing, the awareness, even the possibility that that which is outside myself that is greater than I am is actually me. Is actually that divine being that I am that is so much bigger than my little brain mind consciousness can conceive at this time.
Another call to your potential.
Indeed. Yeah, so we don't want to put too many people on their heads and spin them around.
Yeah.
Just want to begin to articulate, because you lovely lady, have the capacity to bring this forth. So to begin to articulate in little measures the knowing and the consciousness of who you truly are. Mm-hmm. And how powerful you are. You know, if you really truly step into, oh my gosh, there were enough of us who got that close to the being that we truly are, and we wanted so much that we actually invited all of the elements, all of the living things on this planet to show us a visual, experiential language that would help us remember.
This was going to be my easy question.
So your question is, do those of us like us have anything to do with that? Well, of course. We also have something to do with how things to stay in harmony and stay in balance so that you don't blow yourselves up. And yes, we have a lot to do with all of that. But we are not the ones that are in the human bodies at this time. You see?
Yes.
So the power is really over there with you.
Ah. Mm. Wonderful.
Indeed.
Again.
Indeed.